Arcade Perfect, my arse. Rawr. Yeah, welcome to another Arcade Perfect, my arse, and this video I'm taking a look at Rampage, a smash 'em up type thing released by Atari whenever, I don't know when it was. Got to say, I did play the Atari ST one quite a bit. Never really played the arcade one, but playing it now, I'm really not surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised is probably the phrase I'm looking for, of just how good this game actually looks. The graphics are excellent. Yeah, so basically you play the part of one of three people who I didn't actually look at how it starts, but basically you're turned into a monster, and the idea of the game is to not die, eat people, don't eat electricity though, smash helicopters, and basically smash up buildings, avoiding electricity as well. So one thing you don't want to do is be on a building when it eventually falls down, because if you do that, then you take some damage. Excuse me, but yeah, really surprised at just how nice this game looks. Never ever seen an arcade version of this. And all these kind of shows that I've been to over the years, can't have ever seen a Rampage game. I can imagine it would look pretty good playing this on a really big CRT monitor. But quite a lot of Atari games came out around about the same time, and they all used the same sort of graphic engine. It allowed for really super detailed graphics though. Now you can probably tell, looking at the length of this video, there's actually quite a few different versions of this. I was really surprised at just how many versions there were. I thought there'd be the usual suspects, but yeah, there was versions for this on some systems that I just simply didn't realise even had it. Now you can play up to 3 players all at once, but I don't have any pals, so it's just me. So anyway, that is the arcade one. Now the first version I'm going to take a look at is the Atari 800 one. You see there, you can you can have up to 2 players playing. Sorry, I'm just I've been just gone from the arcade one to this. This looks a bit, I wouldn't say it looks rubbish. I think the fact that the sprites see through. It looks like it. Yeah, it looks like you can actually, or is it just where their arms are? Yeah, it kind of looks like that the sprites are kind of see-through, which is a bit rubbish looking. Police chief requests assistance. Excuse me. But yeah, what I just noticed, you can technically have 2 players playing this, and I'm guessing you can have excuse me, you can have the computer playing as somebody else as well, possibly, because it has got the 3 scores at the top. Or maybe not, maybe these 3 names are always at the top and it only shows the 2 that are actually playing the game, I don't know. But yeah, no, I mean, it's all said and done, this isn't bad. It's nice and fast, it's very responsive, the backgrounds are excellent. Maybe I was just expecting a bit too much from the actual main sprites. They do look hollow. But anyway, that's Atari 800 one. Now this next one, this is one of 2 versions on the C64. This one was published by Activision in 1987, I believe. So that is keeping in with the arcade one. You've got the little bit at the start with the guys sort of paratrooping, or they don't paratroop in, I don't know, within an air balloon or something. Now what I like about this one is you've actually got the 3 characters all on screen at once, so you can have a single player with 2 computer controlled players, or you can have 2 players with a third computer controlled player. So it it's, you know, it's pretty authentic to the arcade one. Don't know what's going on with the graphics there. I think that's probably more down to the possibly the emulation, or probably not the emulation actually, it's probably more down to the actual crack of this particular game. The score keeps flickering, don't know why it's doing that. I'm actually wondering whether the sound isn't all what it should be in this either. All you seem to get is like a kind of cracky lightning. But I don't recall lightning being in the arcade one. But graphically wise, this isn't bad. It's not bad at all. Again, it looks fairly much like the arcade. At least the at least the sprites in this one, I've got more colour than the Atari one. Yeah, there's quite a bit of glitching going on there. Again, I don't know whether that is the emulator, whether that is the crack, or it could actually be the game itself. Because this is the Activision one released in 1987, and as you're about to see in a second, they released a follow-up in 1988. So let's take a look at the second one. It seems a bit strange why they would release, you know, a sequel. It's not even a sequel to the game. Yeah, that's I like that. I like that. That looks excellent. I'm guessing they thought that the first one was shite and they decided to bring out, you know, another version. I like that a lot. Now what I like about this one, you can see there that the damage actually increases, so when you're punching you just get a wee bit of damage and then it gradually builds up. So yeah, that's excellent. Plus the sprites look really good. Excuse me. Don't normally see that. You don't normally get a company releasing a game and then going, that was shit, let's release another version. Or it could be was one of them released in the UK and another one was released in the States. I know that sometimes did happen. I'm really not too sure. But yeah, I think if I was going to be going for Rampage on the Commodore 64, I would certainly go for this version. It just looks a lot nicer. It plays nicer. You don't get any of the horrible what do you call it? You know, flickering graphics and that kind of nonsense. And animation's really good as well. So yep, that is the second C64 one. Right, moving on to the next one, we've got the Atari ST one. Now this was the version that I played back in 1987, and I did play it quite a bit. Let's how do we do this computer? Yeah, let's go for that. Yep. I'm in the joystick and we've got 2 computers. Yeah, that's excellent. Yeah, well, it's not having, you know, it's not got as many colours, and probably it's a lesser resolution. Maybe, I don't know. Certainly looks like there's lesser colours in the arcade one. This looks the part. Looks really good. And again, you've got the 3 characters all on screen at once, which is excellent. It really keeps in with the arcade one. Ah, didn't realise that. You can actually fight your opponents. Smack. So I don't quite know how these human beings came to be big fluffy animals. Were they poisoned or something? I don't know. Do we really care? Not particularly. The main thing is it's actually a good game to play. But yeah, the Atari ST one, really authentic, excellent version, and I did play it a lot back in the day, and I can vouch for how much fun it is. Plays really well, even just with the the joystick and single fire button. So that is, whoops a daisy, sorry, I just battered the microphone. That is the Atari ST one. Right, next up is the NES. Now normally NES arcade conversions, they tend to tweak it. So let's see if this one is going to play about with the plot, or is it going to be the same? That's a little baby Kong. The sound reminds me of Spy Hunter, oddly. I'm glad to see you. Oh, get off. Excuse me. This one uses the two fire buttons, one for jump and one for punch as well, which is pretty good. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. They've tweaked the level. I mean, is that a bridge crossing water? I think it is. So they're not sticking 100% to the plot of the arcade game, but it plays the same. It looks pretty good as well. Yeah, the Kong looks a wee bit small, but hey ho, I'm just nitpicking. Excuse me, I don't know whether you can, I'm assuming you can have two players on the screen at once if you had a spare friend and a spare joystick. Did the NES come with two joypads when you bought it? I'm sure it probably did. One thing about the NES and the Master Systems is saying you do sometimes get a bit of sprite flickering. I can't even speak properly. Day 2, Sacramento. I've actually been to Sacramento. What was I talking about there? Yeah, you do. Certainly, I think it's more prevalent on the Master System. You do get a bit of sprite flickering, and I notice you're getting a wee bit of that going on here as well. But you know what, pound for pound, this is pretty damn good. If I was a kid with an NES back in whenever it was, 1992 or something, don't know, I would have been really happy getting this game for my Christmas. Really good. So yeah, that's the NES one. Right, next one is the ZX Spectrum. Sausage Scam Exposed. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be actually. There we go. I love it. I love it. Yeah, you know what to expect with the you know what to expect with the Spectrum. Again, that's another mouthful. Yeah, you know exactly what to expect. You know you're not going to get full colour. You know it's going to be monochrome. But one thing about the Spectrum is because it's monochrome, I mean, obviously we've got coloured buildings here. We've the graphics are always excellent. The only thing is there's a lot of colour clash going on. So when the guys are, I mean, he's got a green bottom, he's got a white head, and he's got yellow legs. Yeah, there's a lot of colour clash going on. I think they would have actually been better to have just made it all black and white. You know that. You appreciate that they're trying to, keep colour in there, but I think they would have been better off just sticking with monochrome. By all means, have the kind of light blue sky in the background with this sort of building silhouette. But as far as the buildings go, I think they would have been better off just keeping it all the same colour as the sprites, because you do get that horrible colour clash going on. But it's super nippy. It plays well. Plus, you've got the three players on the screen all at once as well. little helicopters in the background there. I'm assuming to play this in 3 players you would have to have had 1 on joystick and 2 on keyboard. It'd be quite a tight squeeze around a little ZX80 ZX Spectrum 48K. But yeah, that's the Spectrum one. It's what I expected it to be, and it's actually rather nice. Right, this next one is cheating slightly. This is on the Game Boy Color. This is actually Rampage World Tour. Now, I didn't realise it until I'd finished recording this video that World Tour was actually the sequel, the arcade sequel to this game. You had Rampage, then you had Rampage World Tour. So this one is based on the sequel, and I'd already recorded the video and I thought, you know what, I'll just include it. I'm not going to include it when I come to pick what the top 3 are, because it is a different game. It's got some more features. I like that. You throw the wee guy up and eat him. Like popcorn chicken. So from what I gather, it's pretty much the same as the original. You know, a few more moves, a few more frames of animation, but it still seems to have the same idea: smash buildings, eat people, avoid poison, and basically cause complete mayhem. And for a little Game Boy Color screen, this isn't actually that bad. You know, you've got to remember you're getting to see this way bigger than it would have looked. So you can actually smash the building below. Yeah, you're getting to look. You're watching this game on a screen that's probably 10 times the size of the screen it was designed for. So if it looks pixelated, you know, what do you expect? So I don't really know the basis of this game. There's presumably, well, it's a world tour, so do you go to different cities or something? Not that I could really say what this was. I didn't even notice if I actually told you at the start. Don't know. Anyway, that's the Game Boy Color. Right, next one is the Atari Lynx. Now, apologies, this has got scan lines on it. I did realise after recording that you're better off not recording with scan lines. Scan lines is really nice when you're playing a game on proper hardware, but recording it just makes it look horrible. But hopefully you can still get the gist of this. That's pretty good, I like that. I was going to say I never owned a Lynx. Did I? Have I ever owned a Lynx? No, I haven't actually. It's one console that I have never owned, and you know what? I've never had any real desire to own one. I think because I've got so many other handhelds that I can play these games on. I can play the Lynx games on a handheld on a screen that is going to be way better than the original Lynx was. So as much as I like real hardware with the controls, etc., a handheld doesn't really come into that. You know, I'll quite happily play Game Boy games on my GPD-XD because the screen looks better, the controls are better. What's not to like? But got to say, I'm super impressed with this. I mean, for quite a short kind of screen, I mean, it's got really big chunky graphics. They really look nice. Obviously, being an Atari game, you would expect them. They would go. They would really go to town on the games in their own systems. That would be daft if they didn't do that. But yeah, never owned a Lynx. It might be something that I'll look into picking up at some point if I see one cheap enough. If anyone's watching this video and you've got one to sell for not too much money, let me know, and I may take it off your hands. I mean, good sound as well. I don't know how that would have sounded in the original hardware. But yeah, the Lynx was way ahead of its time. as a handheld, but the big downfall for it was battery life, you know, and that's why the Game Boy ended up kicking its arse along with the Game Gear, the Sega Game Gear. So anyway, yeah, that's the Atari Lynx one. Next up is the Amstrad. Oh, that is blurred, it's not your eyes. That's nice, I like that. The colour in that is excellent. That is really, it looks really arcadey. Now, one little, if I'm going to be Mr. Nitpicky from Nitville, I would say you'll notice when you smash windows, they don't gradually smash, they just disappear. If you look at the wee blue guys punching the windows, they just kind of disappear a wee bit. So there's not quite the same attention to detail, but you know what I says, I'm just being uber nitpicky. This looks really good, it's got 3 people playing, it's nice and quick as well. If I didn't know differently, I would have said, oh, this is like the Master System or something. So this is actually pretty damned impressive for the Amstrad. Really, really colourful. I mean, the Amstrad, it's one of these computers, the games are either going to be shit or they're going to be amazing, because it's got such a good, such a nice colour palette that when programmers do a proper job, generally you'll find that it's probably about the best 8-bit version you'll get. You know, games like Chase HQ, what's that other game? Renegade. Renegade looks amazing on the Amstrad. But anyway, I'm not talking about we're not talking about that. We're talking about this game, and it is really, really nice. And again, I'm assuming you can have up to 3 people playing, you know, using the keyboard. And at least the Amstrad's got a bigger keyboard than the Spectrum, so it would be slightly easier to all sit around. I don't know if you actually get to the end of this game. I've never really played it. Anyway, that is the Amstrad one, and again, that version is excellent. Really, really nice. Right, from the Amstrad to the Atari 2600. Yep, you've heard it, the Atari 2600. How detailed are these pictures as well? That is excellent. That looks more like a... Well, I was going to say, is Ralph the... is he the werewolf? Fantastic. It's just insane that they would even have attempted a game like this on the Atari 2600. Yeah, the animation isn't the best, but you know, what do you expect? We're talking about a machine that's got about like 4K of memory. Fantastic. That looks like somebody with a gammy leg. You can see him dragging his leg up. I'll just eat him. I wonder if you could play 2 players. I'm guessing you probably could. I mean, these buildings don't look like buildings, they look like abstract letters of the alphabet or something, but you know, I'm not going to knock it. We're talking about the first, you know, alright, the Magnavox Odyssey, but yeah, we're talking about probably one of the most the first real commercialised system that was released in like 1978, and here you are, you're playing a game from like the 90s. So that in itself is just pretty mental. Anyway, yeah, that is the Atari 2600. Excellent stuff. Right, next one is the Sega Master System. Now, this bodes well. It's got a really, really nice title screen. Wow, that is nice. That looks really, really nice. Sadly, this game, it never got a release on either the Sega Mega Drive or the Super Nintendo. I think by that point, you know, gamers' tastes had become more advanced. They weren't wanting stuff like this, but you can only imagine that a game like this on either of these systems would have been absolutely arcade perfect. I mean, this one is pretty damn close. You never really think of the Master System as a particularly sort of, you know, graphic powerhouse, but this is really, really nice. Again, I'm sure you could probably have 2 people playing at the same time. The graphics are detailed. I mean, if somebody told me this was on the Mega Drive, I would believe them, because it does look that good. Yeah, well, I think we've got a favourite so far, guys, for the #1 position. This is super duper. Yeah, that's the Master System. Let's take a look at another one. Now this is the N64, and again, like I was saying with the Game Boy Color, this is actually based on the sequel to Rampage, which is called Rampage World Tour. So this one isn't really going to take part in the competition as such, as far as what is the best one, but let's include it anyway because the original Rampage wasn't released. But let's just have a wee look at this just for a laugh. Apologies about the little my Nvidia graphics card thing. It sometimes comes up with that little pop-up thing at the top right. I don't know why it's appearing on this screen. Yeah, you can see there, I mean the graphics are super enhanced. You know, they look like real buildings. You can see the definition on people, the sound. There's a lot more to this game. Is it a better game? I don't know. I would really need to play the arcade one just to sort of find out. But I think if you liked the original Rampage, then you would. I'm quite sure you'd enjoy this. That's pretty good. You can definitely see where Wreck-It Ralph. I mean, even the wee guys there. Look, you can definitely see that the Wreck-It Ralph film took its kind of basis from Rampage. That's actually pretty good fun. Yeah, there's quite a bit more to it than the original. Well, there's a sheep. Yeah, that's great fun, but we're not going to include that one. But that is World Tour, and that is on the N64. Right, next one. This is the Commodore Amiga one. Never ever played this one. Right, it's kind of got a more zoomed out view from the Atari ST one. I was fully expecting this one to be exactly the same. I didn't even know this was actually out in Amiga. But yeah, I think everything's that wee bit smaller and it's kind of zoomed out. But again, it plays really, really nice. Super slick, graphics are excellent. Now I was playing this in quite a small window. They do look a wee bit slightly messy looking. I don't know whether that was, you know, the emulator. I'm not too sure. But again, you can have up to 3 people playing. Presumably you're going to have 2 in the joystick. Sorry, well yeah, you could have 2 in the joystick and you'd need to have a third one on the keyboard. Some decent use of sound as well. funny thing is, when I make these videos, generally by the time I get to the end of them, I never ever want to play the game ever again, unless it's a game that's a favourite of mine, because when you've played about 12 different versions of the same game, you're like, yeah, okay, we've seen it, we've done it, we've bought the t-shirt. But I think I will have to definitely get stuck into the arcade one, because it's a really fun game, and I'll need to check out the world tour as well, because there is quite a bit more to it than the first one. But that's a Commodore Amiga one. That is really good as well. Right, this is the Atari 7800 one. Now, the 7800 was a console, and I think it was, I don't know if it had better spec than the 8-bit Atari, but generally, you know, it was being touted as a machine that was slightly, you know, better graphics, whatever. He looks like a little shrunk. It looks like somebody has shrunk Kong. He's like a little egg shape. He looks more like Humpty Dumpty actually, rather than I was going to say Donkey Kong. It's not Donkey Kong. I don't know what his name is. Man, it's not bad. Again, it's, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, there's not a lot of colour, but that's probably just down to the colour palette of the machine itself. But you can tell it's Rampage. It does look like Rampage. Quick! Ah, too late. And certainly, yeah, it plays like it, and it does look like it. And again, you can see there it's got a score at two scores at the top, so I'm assuming you could have two people playing this. Oops, I thought it was a top hat I was going to eat there. Eat it. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You want to eat the wee guy, and then you can actually pick up the grenade and throw it off screen, so it doesn't destroy the building. He looks sad. Right, okay, that is the Atari 7800. Right, this one again, it was quite a surprise to me. This is on the Apple II. How do we start it? Player 1, okay, let's go. It's nice and colourful, yeah. It's you know, it makes the C64 one look super sharp, you know, as far as blockiness goes. But yeah, this you know, I didn't even expect to see this game in the Apple II. Now, I don't know if you can notice from the video, but the gameplay does seem to slow up depending on how much is actually on screen. I always thought the Apple II had a similar processor to the C64. Don't know. If anybody knows, let me know. Ah, bugger. I'm going to lose a big chunk of energy. You don't actually appear to... Is that damage thing? Is that the damage to me? The little damage bar at the top? Because it didn't actually move when I landed there, which is quite surprising. But yeah, what's really surprising was, I mean, I don't know when this game came out. It must have been late 80s. Yeah, I'm guessing 1988. I was saying 1990 odd. I think it would be 1988, 89, something like that, because I had an Atari ST, and I got rid of my Atari ST in 1988, I think it was. So yeah, I didn't even realise that the Apple II was still a sort of a thing back then. Well, I think the Apple II was it was predominantly in, you know, it was big in America. But again, absolutely nothing wrong with this. Yeah, it's got pixelated graphics, but it's got nice colour. It plays pretty well. Yeah, it does slop a wee bit, but you know, really nice version all in. So that is the Apple II. And the very last version we're going to look at, guys, is the PC DOS version. Now I run this under I can't remember the name of it. It's a DOS emulator, and it actually works pretty well. Excuse me. It's yellow and green. Yeah, that's about the only, well, yellow, green and black with a tinge of orange. So I'm assuming this is this VGA graphics, I think it would be, or is it EGA? I don't know, or CGA possibly. Again, nothing really wrong with this. Yeah, the colour's a bit garish, but that's the hardware for you. And again, you can see there you've got the 3 players, so I'm assuming you could have like 2 in the, I don't know, 3 in the keyboard, joystick. Don't know what the configuration would have been for it. But yeah, it's nice, you know, for a PC conversion, an early PC conversion. You need to remember, nowadays PCs are like, they're up there. They are the state of the art gaming machines. But back in the early 80s, PCs were very much, they were business orientated, and games weren't really a thing. So that is the very last version, guys. That is the DOS one. So yeah, we've been looking at, this is the arcade one again, just on sort of on demo mode. Yeah, Atari 2600, the fact I could even run that is amazing. The Amiga one, really nice, slightly blurry looking graphics, but that might have been the emulator. Amstrad one, great version, really good, probably my favourite 8-bit one, I would say. Apple II, we've just looked at that, that is again really nice. Atari 800 one, not bad. I don't like the fact that you can see through the baddies. Atari 7800, again, not a bad version. Atari ST is really good, that's one I played a lot. The 2 C64 ones, the more modern one, the one that came out in 1988, is really good as well. PC DOS, we've looked at it, bit too yellow, but still nice. Game Boy Color and the N64 I'm not going to include because they are based on the sequel. The Atari Lynx is very zoomed in, and I've got to say, is a really good version. The Master System is excellent, that is really good. The NES one again is a really nice version. And lastly, the ZX Spectrum, it's monochrome, but we would come to expect that. So I think in reverse order, my top 3 versions. Ooh, let me think. I think in 3rd place I am going to go for the Amstrad. I'm going to go for the Amstrad in bronze position. 2nd place, it's kind of a tie between the Amiga and Atari ST, but based on this game, based on it me playing in it in this video, I'm going to go for the Atari ST in silver position. But by far and away the best version of this for me is on the Master System, and I'm delighted to see that because I don't think the Master System has ever won one. This game is available in various compilations on various consoles, and they are indeed arcade perfect, but I didn't include them because they're running emulators. But anyway, listen guys, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. If there's a game you want to see featured, just put your comments below. And finally, as usual, thank you very much for watching.